Hey, what up YouTube? I'm in Vegas, I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm excited that the fight and the training is over. First things first, I want to give congrats to BoxBox. He was an absolute animal in the ring, and every one of my sparring partners I hit with those punches crumpled like a goddamn tin can. The guy's got a chin like an iron tank, so I'm glad he won, and I think he might have won anyway. I think he was winning round two's boxing for sure, even though I was pretty strong in the first 30 seconds of round one, got that 8 count, gotta say it. Thank you so much for all the positive comments on the video. Two things. One, vlogging is new to me. I haven't done it a lot, and you guys have been so receptive, not only with the most recent video, but all the videos that have come up, and it's really made me excited to do this more in future events. And two, all of the positive comments have felt so good to read. I was kind of worried that by DQing myself after my arm dislocated, there would be people that said like, oh, this guy should have kept fighting, or man, he hyped up his boxing so much, even though I didn't, it was my friends who did. And so it meant a lot to me that you guys were all very sincere and excited about it, so I appreciate that. Lastly, this video is about me dislocating my arm. Obviously it happened in the ring during the fight, but it's happened 2 other times these last few weeks that we're gonna talk about. I don't think that this mattered in the context of the fight. Like I said, BoxBox was an animal, way better than I expected, and he deserved to win. But I think it's an interesting story. It's really sad for me, and I was trying so hard for it not to happen in the ring. So I'm gonna pass it back to past me, who's gonna say some things. I promise I'm not a danger to myself, and we're gonna talk about me dislocating my arm. So it is the Friday before chess boxing, and by the time you're watching this, I've already fought. Maybe I won, maybe I checkmated BoxBox, maybe he knocked me out in the middle of the ring. Maybe I got knocked out so hard I vomited and pooped my pants, and I'm not even gonna release this video if that happened, to be honest. But there's something I wanna tell you. I've been training very hard for the past 3 months. And in late November, something bad happened. So I've been sparring with Hugo, another chess boxer in the event, I hope he won, and a guy named Chris, a sparring partner who's been training with my coach Daniel for a long time. And some of the basic punches in boxing, you have your jab, you have your cross, you have your hook, and the jab is the most used punch in boxing. It's something you do all the time. You keep your opponent busy, you see if you can slide one in through their guard, tap their head. Well, I went for a jab on Chris, he potted away, a nice parry, and my arm bent the wrong direction. Daniel, my coach's eyes go wide. Chris obviously stops punching me, and I'm thinking, my arm is broken. There's no way I can do this fight. All this training's been wasted, and I've let my friend Ludwig down. A few seconds later, it pops right back in, and besides the emotional scarring, I think I'm fine. Obviously, Daniel's concerned, Chris is concerned, and we're thinking there might be something wrong with it. I go home and I don't even think about it. I wake up the next morning and I feel like shit. In fact, I woke up at about 5 in the morning, rolling over trying to get comfortable with a ton of pain in my shoulder. This pain I felt when I dislocated my shoulder was familiar to me. I knew exactly how it happened. In college, I liked to longboard to get around. It was an easy way to get to class, and it was kind of a fun hobby for me. One day when I was skating to class, I caught the lip of the sidewalk and I went flying. Everyone pointed and laughed at me, and I landed on my shoulder. Because I was embarrassed and poor, and healthcare in the United States is trash, I didn't get it treated or seen, and in fact, I went back to my job stocking boxes at a grocery store that night. Since then, I've always had a little bit of a click in my shoulder, but because I had never competed in combat sports, it never came back to bite me until today, until 2 weeks before the biggest fight of my life, the only fight of my life, my chess boxing match versus BoxBox. So I did what any reasonable person would do, and I consulted a doctor. Only this time it was a sports physiologist who's not really a doctor, but a barista at Starbucks, but went through the program and supposedly got really good grades and knows my sister-in-law, and she told me it's definitely only bruised inside. Armed with that information, I told everyone in my life that I saw a doctor, and they said it'll be totally fine for you to continue boxing, just take a couple days off. So I take Monday, Tuesday, about 5 days off, and I get back to boxing.
The thing happened to your shoulder. Was that with on Hugo though?
Yeah, on Hugo. Damn. And unfortunately, at the end of my last sparring session of my next training after dislocating my shoulder, bam, I jab into a guard and it pops out again. Now at this point, I'm a seasoned veteran. I know exactly what to do. Stand there in pain until it goes and pops right back into place.
Yeah.
Oh, it's back. Oh, yeah, pop back in. Oh, fuck.
You okay? Fuck me.
Oh, good one. I'm worried about this fight.
Yeah, shaking.
you want to like rest it on something? Rest it on the table. Just sit down.
Pop back in? Yeah, pop back in. I'm gonna. It's when I clank a punch, my arm goes the wrong way. So like he jabbed and I jabbed, and they hit each other. Yeah, then my arm just went the wrong way. Oh. Yeah, I'm worried about that happening in the ring. Because I was out of commission 2 days after Wednesday. Woo. Did it look funny again?
Yeah, that was nuts.
Because it felt fine even last time right after when we were sitting here. But the next day I woke up and I was like, I'm dead. Yeah. So I guess if it happens, I just pop it back in and fucking go. It's not sanctioned. What can he do? The ref
That's so true.
The ref is probably gonna try to stop it though.
Yeah.
They might be even more strict because it's not sanctioned.
Right.
Let me ref it. I just pulled his neck.
I'm worried because it makes me more hesitant to throw jabs. Because I don't want to get checked, but that's like the game plan. But also, nothing happened against you. I guess it all depends on how if he checks jabs and if he checks jabs hard. If he checks jabs hard, I'm gonna pop it out in the fight for sure. Yeah, I think post chess boxing, my boxing career is not looking good. Although this hasn't happened in months and it's happened twice in a week. I'm just worried I'm weakening it.
How's it feeling now? Is it?
It's the same as last week. It feels great now. Or it feels like a little sore.
Yeah.
But I know that like last week I went to sleep and I woke up and I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
So you're worried about
I'm worried
how
about
it feel
not being
tomorrow?
able to fight at all. That's
Yeah.
what I'm really worried about. Because I've been training and I think I can win and I'm excited and I want to be in the ring.
And now you're outside with dumplings on
And
your
it's not
shoulder.
even a big thing. Like if I broke my arm, it's like, oh yeah, you can't fight. It's like, oh, I dislocated it. It's like, what do we need? You know?
I think the fact that you've dislocated it twice and can like you're still wanting to fight and going on is like
You might just have a more flexible arm. You can just
true.
That son of a bitch, yeah. You can punch behind your back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have no one can submit my left arm. It just bends the wrong way. Yeah.
You're holding that is reminiscent of you holding like a championship belt.
It is, yeah.
This is my Gio's a
You've
champion. Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to sit down and actually like rest
no,
it?
I
Or...
need like the adrenaline and blood pumping.
Okay.
To be good. Dude, I think there's a chance I don't punch it all this week. Give it a full week.
I don't.
I mean, at this point, I've trained enough. It's just, let's just do cardio. Let's just do legs.
I hate this shit, dude. Like, seeing like boy, and then like your shoulder. It's just like, dude. Like, I want to practice, but I also want to make the fight.
yeah. You don't want to go too hard. Yeah.
Like when I was boxing Chris, like that was fine. It was going, but like he hits me. I'm like, dude, what if I just turn it wrong and then I get concussed? somewhere?
Yeah.
And I'm just like thinking about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you don't get injured, and that's why I get injured, because I don't think about anything. I'm in there, and I'm like, I'm hungry. I got nothing
Give me
in my
some
brain.
dumplings.
Yeah, it's truly nothing going on. Yeah, it is actually head empty.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
why when he hit me that first week, I was like, it like got my brain going. I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is boxing. Yeah.
Now, I'm not making this video as an excuse. I'm really making this video to talk about my strategies going into the fight, knowing that my arm might pop out of its socket Buzz Lightyear style. If you saw my arm pop out in the ring, my hope is that I was Bruce Willis from Die Hard. I popped that son of a bitch back in and I started punching. Or I at least made it back to the chess round and the ref didn't stop the fight. If they did stop the fight, I want to say, fuck the ref, fuck Ludwig, they should have let me fight on. Or 3, if it popped out and I quit the fight, well, obviously it was a really scary moment for me. What do you want me to do? Come on. So that's the story of how I dislocated my arm twice in the Mogul Chess Boxing Championship. I'm gonna pass it over to future me, who's probably getting drunk in Vegas, having the time of his life, celebrating his victory. Or took a nosedive off the roof of the hotel. I promise I'm not gonna hurt myself. I'm here amongst friends and family, and we're gonna have a good time in Vegas. I'm actually already up a couple $100, so this is gonna be great. Thanks so much for watching. This is my last video in the chess boxing saga. Like I said in the intro, I was so excited to do these. It was a little scary, a little new for me. I appreciate you guys for not only watching them, but showing me that you like them, and it's something that I should do in the future. If you like this video, if you like my other videos, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I stream almost every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Stanz. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next non-chess boxing fight exciting event. Peace.